everybody. This is your host, Huge Pop, and the Huge Pop Entertainment. With me is Bill Struthers. But joining us tonight is a man who's transitioned from the front lines of the U.S. Army infantry to the center of the squared circle. He's known as the Ring, the Soldier of the Fortune, and the Mercenary. He has become a staple across the Midwest independent scene, from roots of Montauk to Wisconsin to competing for promotions like NWA, Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW, and RPW. Please welcome to the show, the Mercenary, Garrison Creed. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you for coming and taking some time out of your life and being on the show. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's not a problem. During the week, I'm pretty open to doing these, so my time is yours.
So, one of the questions I start out with, probably is every guest. Tell us about Garrison Creed as a fan of wrestling before you got into the business.
Fan of wrestling. I mean, who in this business hasn't been a fan from the get-go? I'm a little bit older than most, so I missed the indie revolution, so to speak. So you got to go way back to the Monday Night Wars for me. Back when it was WCW versus the WWE. The whole Attitude Era, and then the NWO era over in WCW. And for me personally, I'm not a big name guy. I wasn't the Stone Cold Steve Austins, the Rocks, the Ric Flairs, the Hulk Hogan's. I liked the mid card of WCW most. The guys that we had, Eddie Guerrero, we had Rey Mysterio, guys like Conan, Chris Jericho. These guys that you could tell they were scrapping, they were scraping bottom, and they were coming in every week, and they were bringing the fire to the show. They were bringing in the ratings, and then passing it off to the main event. But these guys were digging on down deep and having stellar matches constantly. So that's what really brought me on it.
Okay, and is it true your favorite is Rey Mysterio?
He's up there. I mean, I can't emulate his style. If I must say, I mean, I was a huge Chris Benoit fan. I mean,
Yeah.
the intensity, the almost the stoicism, the realness that he brought to the ring. Like, that whenever he came into the ring, it was going to be a fight. It was going to be a scrap no matter what. And he just left it all out there, and that's the intensity that the Mercenary tries to bring into the ring today.
Okay, Bill.
You made your debut 2016, correct?
We are digging way back. Yes, I did.
We are. How did that come about?
So lo and behold, I mean, I didn't go the typical route. I didn't graduate out of high school, find a camp somewhere, start training at 18, 19, like some young pup. I went another route. Joined the military. I wanted college money. Found myself having 29 months over 2 tours in Iraq in combat, coming on back, getting my degree, getting my big boy job. And when you don't exactly have like that step ladder of success going on in life, I mean, you're just kind of sitting on your day-to-day clock in, clock out schedule. A little bit of you dies on the inside. And that's where I was at. And then I'm still working out at the gym. I'm still keeping myself in really good shape. And I come across a guy that now I know him by the name Rick McCarthy. He was at the gym, and somebody was giving him a hard time. Oh, look at this big shot professional wrestler over here. And he perked my interest. Now, that guy say you're a pro wrestler over there? And if you know Brick, he's not a personable person. So he kind of huffed and puffed and growled at me and took out a piece of scratch paper, wrote a phone number on it, handed it to me. Give this guy a call. He'll tell you all you want. And that guy, that number belonged to Shane Hills. He's not a big nationwide name, but he's a local legend here in Wisconsin. And anybody who's a who's who in professional wrestling in the Wisconsin area came out of his camp. So here I was at the riper age of 32, showing up on this hobby farm where he's got a couple of goats, dog, a horse, a donkey, and he's got a wrestling ring in his machine shed out back. And I'm like, okay, we're doing the hobby thing. I'm going to be working a bar show once, maybe twice a month tops. This will be my weekend festivities thing, kind of to keep myself in shape, right? An excuse. Um, and then no, he put me through the paces. I mean, it was week in and week out of finding out who you are as a person, um, and developing yourself for this crazy world of sports entertainment that we're in. And I'll admit that it was the training to do that was just as intense as the training to go into combat. He brought it, he showed it, and luckily enough, I had the grit in my stomach enough to stand out and then continue to go on and make a 10-year career out of it so far.
So you mentioned, I've read several articles. In an article, you mentioned that serving in the military helped you pull your head out of your ass.
Yep.
What specifically in the military habits and disciplines have made you pull your head out of your ass?
Well, you learn to watch your surroundings a hell of a lot better when a round goes by your head. I mean, there's nothing more eye-opening than knowing that if you were, in my case, an inch one way or another, you're done. That's it. The lights go out. You're maggot food. So I treat every day that at now like it's stolen, because to me it is stolen time. My body should be left in the ground somewhere in the sands of Iraq and the streets of Ramadi, countless times. So every day that I do life, every day that I live, I breathe, I work out, I push myself to the next limit, I entertain a crowd, I go and do what I want to do. I mean, come on, I'm out there wearing spandex and face paint and doing backflips, getting paid for it, paying my bills. How much more of the American dream is that?
Yeah.
It's what I want. It's what I want to do, and it's how I want to live my life. So that pulling my head out of my ass moment, it's when you realize, hey, I'm only here for so long. And I got to take advantage of it.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. That for me, that spoke volumes. We talked earlier before we came on the show. You with Iraq and all those your tours over there. And thank you so much for your service. I appreciate that so much, man. We talked earlier about self-care. So I can imagine. I know what my self-care does for me, because dealing with 9 foster kids, I cannot imagine a man that went through 2 tours in Iraq, what kind of self-care you have to have. So is wrestling your self-care?
It became it.
Okay.
I mentioned earlier goals. One of the things that I did recognize when I got out of service was if I didn't have a goal, my mental state, my life kind of spiraled. So I whether it was professionally, whether it was gym goals, I was doing Spartan races and Tough Mudder competitions just to give myself something to look forward to get to the next thing, to keep the wheels spinning, so to speak. So in the weirdest way possible, when I stumbled into this professional wrestling business, it gave me purpose, because now I have an excuse to hit the gym. I have an excuse to look the part. I have an excuse to work harder. It's developed into paying my bills. So I mean, it is my job. It's my career. It's what I do. It's what I clock in, clock out every day. When I'm at the gym, that's work for me. But that helps my mindset. I'm all the frustrations of the day or of life, just gets put on out in the church of the blood, sweat, and iron, as I call it. Yeah. And then I go on out on the weekends and in front of crowds, and whether the crowd hates me or the crowd loves me, knowing that they're coming on in to pay their hard-earned money to escape the world for a moment and be entertained. And being a part of that gives me purpose, and I absolutely adore being able to do that week in and week out.
Awesome, man. Thank you for that. Thank you, Bill.
In your 10 years, you've racked up quite a number of title reigns.
A couple here and there.
Was it 8, 9 of them or so?
This year I've been on fire already. So I mean, most of them has been this last year. But I work for American Wrestling Federation in Minnesota. I've been their TV champ multiple times. I've been their heavyweight championship a couple of times. Midwest All Star Wrestling also in Minnesota, which is a powerhouse over there. I was their inaugural heavyweight champion. And then they had me go with their had a great run with their Warriors Championship about 2 years ago. Currently, I'm the Buzzsaw Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champ down in Oklahoma. I've had reigns as the Raging Pro Heavyweight Champion right here in Wisconsin. I've been busy.
So,
These companies are trusting me to be a figurehead of their company. And again, I'm going to wear that title proudly. I'm going to defend it proudly. I'm going to show up. I'm going to look the part. I'm going to shake hands with the sponsors. I'm going to know that their hard-earned money is going to quality entertainment, and we're going to do some good business.
So I'm going to talk about an event that happened in your life outside of wrestling. I did some reading.
We did some homework.
There was a time that you had to rebuild your life for the third time, and that's when the Jeffersonville fire.
Yep.
It took away your home. It took away a lot of things, and we talk about. I mean, you went through Iraq wars. We talk about life. And we talk about now you lose your home, and dude,
all my belongings.
Your belongings, and dude, you are sitting in front of us. And I'm asking these questions, and you're like, you have a smile on your face, and it's like, oh my God, you're proof. And I want to just, the fans who watch this later on, I want them to understand that wrestlers are just people.
We're built different. We're built different.
But
we are made of the toughest shoe leather out there.
I mean, you have to be. And so can you talk about what that fire did to your mind and said, oh, because you went, I mean, you had to go through hurdles to get through that. Talk to us about that.
So you got that. You got the story. And you're going to get a little bit more in depth on it because I was going through a little bit more stuff at that time that I haven't really opened up about. So here you are, you're getting the exclusive.
Thank you.
At that time, I was realizing that the residual PTSD that I had from service was more than what I had realized. I got my deployments were between 2004 and 2007. I got out of the Army mid 2008. From about 2005 till mid 2023. I had found out that I was not getting REM sleep. I wasn't actually sleeping for a long time. And we're talking about, I'm basically a walking zombie, kind of going through the motions on things. At that time too, I was also going through a series of injuries. I had torn my tendon in my left bicep, had to get surgery, was out for 3 months. 11 months after that, I tore my right bicep in half. I took 1 weekend off and continued working on it. I was driving ridiculous amounts all over the place. Every weekend it was 14 hours one way just to get to my wrestling bookings and then to show up to my security job Monday morning at 5:30 in the morning. And that's when that's when I was starting to realize I don't sleep. I'm waking up, I'm having a pot of coffee, I'm taking caffeine tablets, I'm chugging Monster throughout the day, I'm ending my day with another pot of coffee, just so that way I can get to it, and then laying down and getting what I thought was sleep. December of 2023 was when the apartment fire happened. I am so in depth in this go lifestyle that professional wrestling has given me. I was on the road going to another show just to go and network. I wasn't even booked. The only thing that I had with me was a change of clothes and my wrestling gear bag. So I had all my wrestling gear with me. And my roommate at the time gives me a phone call and tells me, hey, our apartment's gone. It's gone. Everything's gone. So I'm sitting there going, well, I'm looking at the positives. I still have a job. So Monday morning, I still got to go and do my security job. I still have my wrestling gear, so I can still wrestle, and I still have my car. Well, I mean, I can still do stuff. I have my tools ready to go. I think I even quoted on a local news station that, hey, this is just like, on my apartment fire, losing all my stuff. In the way that my life's going, this is just like a flat tire. I get out, I change it, I go get a new one. I get to the next, I get to the next show, I get to the next goal. I just drink water, drive on, go on to the next thing. Um, and that was just another step down this weird downward spiral that was going on. And luckily for the VA system down in Louisville, Kentucky, I was set up with a good therapist. We were talking often. Everything was getting documented, but I was now getting things pointed out to me that you're not right. You're not functioning right. We did some sleep studies. We got me medicated, so now I'm actually getting sleep. And at that time, that's a huge bullet point for PTSD symptoms in the military. Oh, well, I go on in, I get my checkup for PTSD. Well, do you have any nightmares? No, I don't get any nightmares. I don't sleep. Oh, well, you're fine then. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would think back up and go, hey, I'm not sleeping. That might be a
problem.
Yeah.
So I start getting medicated. I start getting sleep, and now I'm getting that sleep. What comes next? 18 years of suppressed nightmares. 18 years of suppressed night terrors, daytime terrors, sleep paralysis. I'm getting done with work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I sit down. It's Friday afternoon. I lost 2 or 3 days. Time wasn't there anymore. My body was freezing up. I guess I was functioning because I was where I was supposed to be. But when you realize that your life is continuing on and you're actually not piloting your meat suit, you might want to talk to somebody about that.
Right.
Yeah.
So luckily, with help of the VA therapist and everything, and help with my son who talked me through a lot of it, I started putting a game plan together. I started putting my connecting my feet back to the ground, getting my bearings back to me, and doing all these little tricks, whether it was, seeing my therapist and getting proper medication, doing self-medication, purposely taking time off to relax. Because in professional wrestling or the military, what, you want to take a day off? No. Here's some water, go drink it down, go to your next duty station. I didn't know how to do that. So I had to learn how to do that, and through time, got myself back. So now I have a better grasp of who I am, and I took different steps to rebuild myself. We did find another apartment, my roommate and I, down in Jeffersonville, Indiana. We made headway. I started saving my money. I moved back up to Wisconsin. My son moved in with me immediately. We're in a much better, more secure situation. I made sure that the ground floor, I had to make sure that my roof is over my head and food is on my plate. You got to take care of number one before you take care of anything else outside of that. And then just started rebuilding it from the foundation up, getting back in the gym, getting back on the nutrition and the supplement routine, rebuilding this old soldier, because he was starting to feel it, and he was starting to look it worn down. The recovery wasn't happening as quick anymore. I was an old beat up car that just needed a lot of work on it.
Wow. Wow. Well, appreciate that story, man. Appreciate you sharing that. You didn't have, but man, thank you.
Yeah, man. It's kind of something I wanted to put on out there anyway. And I'm a huge advocate now, especially for this, for men out there, because we have this machismo that goes on. Oh, men don't. You grow strength. You struggle through it. You get through it. You drive through it. No, slow down. Take care of your mental health. You'll be stronger later if you take care of it now instead of just hammering it through. It's just, you got to do that stuff. You got to do self-care.
Well, I appreciate what you said, because today has been a long ass day for me. And I'm like dragging And to hear somebody say,
taking care of 9 foster kids, I mean, yeah, that's got to be exhausting.
But know what you said. You said slow down, take care of yourself, and I appreciate that. So, thank you
absolutely.
So much. Thank you, man. Bill.
Yeah, and keep that in mind. Slow down, one breath at a time, and enjoy it. Realize why you're here.
Yeah.
Let's see. So in about 10 years, you've racked up almost 500 matches by cage match. You got some favorites out of that?
Oh, well, cage matches are way underscoring that.
Way underscoring. All right, let's hear it.
I hit 500 matches about 6 years in.
Ooh, oh, somebody miscounting over there.
I mean, they may not have included all my Canada stuff.
Oh, that could be.
Some classic matches. All right, I got 2 for you. We all want to have our moments. Those that just they reach on down, they grab you in your gullet and they rip it out of your mouth, and it just makes you a blubbering idiot, an emotional wreck, right? That's what we're shooting for in this. We want moments. Pure Pro Wrestling in Michigan. I forgot the city. I'm advertising it. The entire card is everybody on the card is combat veterans. Everybody.
Wow.
And it's going to be a tournament for whoever wins this tournament is going to get that company's title shot at the end of the night. And well, my first question was, well, I mean, if everybody's a combat veteran, who's going to be the heels? Everybody's going to want to be the baby faces. Whatever. We don't have to worry about that part. But then I had an old buddy of mine that I served over in Iraq with reach out. I'm like, hey, and he's like, hey, that's an hour away from me. But buy a ticket, show up, we'll go get a beer afterwards. Reaches out to me a little while later. Hey, so-and-so and so-and-so also wants to come on out. Invite them out too. I mean, I haven't seen you guys in like 10 years at this point. I ended up selling out a front row with 5 of my old military buddies that I served overseas with. And entrance music hits. I come on out. My boys are front row. Screw the rest of you guys. I'm the heel tonight. But these guys, I'm these guys here, right here. We're all together right now. That wasn't the emotional part yet. As I'm making my entrance and I'm going around, the third side of the ring was another guy that I served with overseas that I did not know was coming to the show. The last time I saw him, he was in my squad. He was I served directly with him. The last time I saw him, he had just gotten hit by a roadside bomb and was carried off on a stretcher, looking pretty damn nasty.
Shit.
There he is, front row. He only had one leg. He had a prosthetic on the other one, but that son of a bitch stood up, gave me the biggest hug I had in a long time. I'm bawling. I'm tearing up. He's got his son right next to him. And I'm like, God, I got to focus. I got a match right now. First match of the show, and you had the Mercenary Garrison Creed versus Tommy Vendetta, who's a hell of an indie darling. I mean, that guy is one hell of a worker. And we went out and we absolutely tore it up. We were vocal. We talked. We insulted. Army versus Marine. There's a couple of crayon jokes I threw at him. He goes over in the match. It's a standing ovation. We're just starting off the night. This is the first night, and everybody's on their feet already. We started it hot, and it felt great. I walked out to the locker room afterwards, went straight through the locker rooms, went straight out a back door. There was a field in the back, and went to my knees and just let all that emotion out. That's what I wanted. That's the feeling I can have after every wrestling match. That's what I want, because we drew it out of them. And it wasn't just the competitors in the ring. It wasn't just me and Tommy. We had that crowd involvement. This is one. Tommy lived near there, so I know he had a whole bunch of his buddies there. But I also had people that I hadn't had there in a while. So that crowd involvement, that crowd being so entrenched and ingrained in the story that we told, gave everybody in that building a moment,
Wow.
including us in the ring.
Damn.
Oh, and on top of it, Derek was trying to slide his prosthetic leg in the ring to you. His first match of the night. We can't do that.
Yeah. Nice.
That's great.
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and
FAFO.
find out.
All over your social media. So, man, talk to us about that mindset and what that means for you. I mean, I can only imagine what this story is going to be about, but FAFO.
No, it's actually very straightforward. I've kind of gotten this. I mean, I work a very strong style, stiff style in the ring, and it's almost kind of survival for anybody that goes on in there. And I just got this reputation for, hey, that guy, don't piss him off. He's gonna fuck you up. And at the time, like, there's this popular hashtag going around, FAFO, and I'm like, all right, let me play with it, and I got a good graphic on it. I slapped it on a T-shirt, and it ended up being my best. That T-shirt ran good for a solid 5 years, and it's the moniker on everything now. I mean, if you got Garrison Creed on the show, I mean, somebody's going to get jacked in the jaw. Fuck around and find out. That's all it is, really. Here's a guy that, I mean, he's going to take it in a huge amount of ass pain on there, but just like the Terminator, he's going to kick up at one every time, and you got to figure out how to keep his ass down. And if not, he's going to put you down.
Simple.
It's a simple concept. Don't piss off the big guy that's known for throwing blows.
Where do you get that shirt?
That one is I couldn't get that one. It's not the graphics not resolution enough to go on Pro Wrestling Tees. So that one was, you only had to buy it from me, and I don't carry it anymore. I just stopped. But I do have the most updated version of it, the Ghost of War version. FAFO is worked into that one, and that one is on Pro Wrestling Tees under Garrison Creed.
After this, I'm going to get one, man.
Yep.
Absolutely. It's a great looking shirt too. You'll love it.
I have to. So before I let Bill go again, so tell me who your Mount Rushmore professional wrestlers are.
Oh, Mount Rushmore. It's gonna be a little different. Like I said, I can understand. I respect the guys that basically built the mountain. The Ric Flairs, the Hulk Hogans, the Stone Cold Steve Austins, the Rocks. I'm going to throw in there Macho Man Randy Savage too. Yeah. I can respect them. But there's guys like Conan. I mean, he was a Mexican legend, and he's also responsible for the good majority of the mid card of WCW during the Monday Night Wars. I don't think a lot of people realize that. So I'd put Conan up there, not just as a talent, but as an incredible backstage presence that just expanded business. You can't lie. We could put Chris Jericho up there. I mean, this is a guy that did scrape from the bottom all the way up. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of all of his stuff, but you can't deny what he's done in the business. As a personal favorite, I gotta put Raven up there. That probably showed me that somebody that I can get behind that was not the most traditional heel. I mean, he looked Slavic, he looked lazy, he kind of went straight to the point, but damn, he didn't put his body on the line when it counted. I mean, I had to put, there's just something in that demeanor that gave me that just had me drawn to him. So Raven's on there. And who else would we say there? Got to go with somebody a little modern. Still in the ring, had an outstanding WrestleMania. Randy Orton. You can't get any smoother than that guy right now.
No.
I mean, there's no wasted motion.
When he laid out, what's his name? What's his nuts? In the ring. Oh, shoot. No.
Pat.
When he laid out Pat McAfee, I was like, get him.
Well, we all know Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll should not have been involved in wrestling.
No, should not.
That should have been just our two go-to guys and let them go at it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, with them in it, that's what made that match. That took away from that match 100%, because you can't put, you have Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton in there. They put on a banger until Pat was there and Jelly Roll was
now
there.
We got too many moving pieces in the machine.
Right. Bill.
With that Mount Rushmore, what are some of your dream matches? Something you're looking forward to for matches?
Um, I mean, I'm kind of at this point. Again, I'm on borrowed time. I didn't think I'd be wrestling for this long. Um, a lot of guys that my age are retiring, and I'm kind of getting my second wind at this point. And I'm enjoying. I kind of got to the point now where I regained my smile, so to speak. I had my first wrestling existential crisis and almost walked away, and then went, I'm not done. So I'm just in it to enjoy it. But um, there are guys like in Minnesota, talent in Minnesota, JDX. Um, I would love to have a couple of another rounds with him. I've been in quite a feud now with Justin Fowler over a couple of companies, and the guy's a brick shithouse, but he's the Wolverine to my Sabretooth. He's smaller. He's the runt. Um, just because it's Wisconsin, and for the longest time I wasn't getting any work over here. Wisconsin's a weird state to work in, but I want to work in the last living legend that's still working in Wisconsin, Joey Jet Avalon. Um, I mean, if you could put the two of us in any Wisconsin ring, that building's gonna be. Um, so I mean, I'm keeping it humble. I just want to keep it to the local guys. I mean, not saying that I don't want to jump on over to Ring of Honor or AEW. I mean, WWE be great, but they ain't wanting old cats like me no more. So I want to work with guys that are within my reach, and I know that we can tear it down for 30, 40, 50 minutes, an hour.
So you've been known to like chicken fried steak and smoked brisket. Big fan of that. So what's
Well,
your
that's why I keep taking my bookings down in Oklahoma.
Yeah. So tell us about your cheat meal leading up to your match.
Oh, leading up? No, not leading up. After.
Wow.
What's your cheat meal?
The whole cherry pie.
Whole cherry pie. There you go.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for my sweets, and I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to my stuff. I like my fresh meats. I don't like processed food. Fresh vegetables, rice, oatmeal. I mean, I keep my diet pretty simple. Just because I can't anything that comes out of a box or anything like that, I'm not a big fan of. But I'm horrible at going on over in the bakery section and seeing what's out there. And sometimes I just look at that, triple cherry lattice pie, and I'll grab it, go, this will last me 3 days. And a sitting later, I got the whole thing gone.
Nice. So as of older, you've mentioned that you said you're older than most in the business on the indie scenes. How important is it for even you or the rookies in the indies to pay attention to vets like you guys? And how important is that?
Incredibly. I mean, I just recently found out I've been working for the last 7 weeks on a broken leg, and I didn't even realize it. I cracked my fibula in half. I thought I rolled my ankle, so I ace bandaged it up. So not only just paying attention to your body, it's important. Know some simple self-care medicine type stuff. Ice hot, ibuprofen for swelling, aspirin for pain. Don't do anything more than that unless prescribed by a doctor or directed by a doctor. And then I go and see a doctor regularly. Just let them know your little aches and pains. That's why I went in, weeks after it. Oh, I got an ortho appointment. I'll just bring it up then. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, I had my ortho look at my ankle. I mean, it was 6 weeks after the fact at that point. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it looks like a bad sprain. When I got x-rays done. Hey, whoa. Just so you know, it's broke.
Shoot.
Yeah, the doc was kind of looking at me like I had a second head growing out of my neck. Even told me that I shouldn't be walking on it, but I'm like, I am walking on it. It doesn't hurt. And he's like, I have no idea why. Here's a brace. Be careful. You can still work, but I'm going to look at you again in 2 weeks and see where it's going. But no, if you got any aches or pains, go get it checked out. You got some grinding on a knee, get it checked out. Your shoulders aren't moving proper, go get it checked out. And then also, don't just get your time in the gym. I mean, I'm gonna start off with that because there's a lot of guys out there I don't feel are even doing that much. Get your time in the gym. Get your range of motion exercises in. Don't be afraid of yoga and Pilates. Get some flexibility in your body. We're on out there doing. I mean, not only are we trying to be professional athletes, but we're doing things that other professional athletes aren't quite doing with the gymnastics and the flying around and abusing our bodies. Get it checked out. Stretch, ice, and just take care of yourself and eat proper. I think that's the hardest thing to do, especially when we're on the road for so long. I mean, we end up having to get half-priced apps at Applebee's afterwards, or stopping at McDonald's for a quarter pounder with cheese, because that's what ended up happening. But during the rest of the time, when you're at home and you're in a training cycle, eat right and take care of your body.
Bill.
So you got a few championships you have right now. So what's next for you? What's on the deck coming up?
Well, I get to punch a king in the face this Saturday in Wausau, Wisconsin.
Perfect.
After that, I get to go on down to Guthrie, Oklahoma, get my chicken fried steak and my smoked brisket, and defend my Buzzsaw Championship Wrestling Heavyweight title down there. 2 events. I got to check back on that one. I think that I got another one added the Sunday afterwards. So I got that coming on up. And then I'll be debuting over in Social X Wrestling in Iowa, Davenport, I believe, Davenport, Iowa, on May 9th. So there's a quick 3-week schedule going on for what I do. I do got a plug. May 30th for Raging Pro Wrestling in Wapaka, Wisconsin. I will be having a casket match with Soul Taker.
Wow.
That one I'm looking forward to.
100%. So my buddy down here, Bill, he is a figure creator, and I know you had a figure made of you once by somebody, and it like blew you away. It blew your mind. So can you talk to us about that since Bill's sitting down here?
All right. So the young man that made those, he gets old throwback WWE action figures, and then he takes them apart and customizes them, either with some ink for tattoos, some molding, some plastic molding for the heads to kind of change them out and describe them. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the kid's now only 14 years old. So he was maybe 11, 12 years old when he showed on up, and he had 4 different versions of Garrison Creed action figures. I was kind of blown away by that. And then I told him, hey, tell you what, by the end of the night, sell what you can for how much you can. And at the end of the night, whatever's left, I'll buy them off you for $50 each. And I ended up buying 2 of them off him for $100. The other 2 he sold for $75 to somebody else. And then real quick, I was able to sell. I think one of my cousins bought one of them off me for $100, and then somebody else grabbed it off my merch table at an upcoming show. They went pretty high.
Oh yeah, they do. It's crazy.
So, yeah, I mean, I didn't even get to keep one for myself.
Dang.
They go crazy quick.
They do.
They're
They
everywhere.
Do. Oh wow.
So, do you remember the conflict you've had with Benny Vargas?
Who's that?
Benny Vargas of Southland Championship Wrestling. Were you around that SCW?
Southland Championship Wrestling. I don't recall any of that.
Okay. Maybe I got that wrong. Maybe it's off. I just Google stuff, and now I look like a total douchebag. But
yeah.
Listen,
You also got to be careful with the AI stuff that goes on out there now too.
Yeah.
I mean, you pay attention to that. Supposedly, I was trained by Sergeant Slaughter, and well, I've never met that guy.
No. So how close are you to Dubuque, Iowa?
To Dubuque, Iowa. 9, maybe 10 hours.
Okay. I'll be in Dubuque. There's a DCW Dub City Wrestling down there and I didn't know because the Midwest that you guys are talking about, it seems to me that has a lot of good up and coming wrestlers. So
it's within my range.
Yeah.
It's within my range. I mean, if I'm going all the way down to Oklahoma, that's 15 hours. I mean, Dubuque, Iowa is within. I am going to Social X coming on up. That's relatively about 8 hours for me. So I'm thinking of Davenport, Iowa. That's barely over the border, I believe.
Then there's something called the Midwest Gaming Challenge up in convention up in Wisconsin somewhere. They have a big battle royal. Have you ever participate in anything like that?
Oh, that's not a wrestling company. That's kind of a fantasy league.
Okay, I know that they have that up there. I just don't know what
Yeah, that's a fan made fantasy league going on.
Got it. Hey, I live in Florida, so I have to ask about those things, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that just threw me off. No.
Curveball. Tangent.
Yeah, tangent. So on a daily basis, so what is your regimen? You get up in the morning, you go to the gym, spend 3 or 4 hours in the gym, come home, do your job. Yep. Is that and then do you get back in the gym before you at night?
Oh no, I do it all at once.
Okay.
I wake up. I wake up before my son gets ready for school. I make sure he goes off. He's got a good breakfast. We kind of talk about the day. Start the day off right. Like I said before, enjoy your moments, and that's one of the things that I enjoy every morning is knowing that I can have that conversation with my son. Start the day off right. Make sure he eats well, and we have the rest of the day planned out. Then I let my breakfast settle for a little bit because you don't want to jump around that right after eating a whole bunch of eggs. Get my pre-workout set up, and my other supplementation before I go to the gym. Go over there. I'm at the gym between 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm probably there till 2:30, sometimes 3 if I don't, if I'm talking too much. And I got a pretty good routine going. I got 10 minutes on the row machine to help my back. I do 4 sets of 30 push-ups. Do 4 sets of 15 pull-ups. Do 4 sets of 30 dips. Do 4 sets of 30 decline sit-ups, and that's my day-to-day routine right there. That's done every day. And then I work my muscle group, whether it's legs, whether it's chest or back, or specifically arms, or if I'm in there on a Friday is going to be kind of what I call a cleanup day. And if it's not sore at that point, I'll work that muscle group out. But by Friday night, Saturday, I'm wearing spandex and ready to go tear it up in the wrestling ring. Sundays I keep off. Sundays is relaxed day for me, and I start again on Monday.
Got it. So I'm looking at your Facebook. Take it personal. Talk to me about that guy and the match and what this guy is. It looks like you guys are pretty going to go at each other. So take it personal. Can you talk to us about him?
Take it personal?
Yeah, on your thing, Rocky. I can't say his name. Rocky.
Oh, Rocky.
Rocky Coe.
Rocky. Oh no, yeah, we got into it a little bit. I debuted for a company called No Regrets Wrestling, and for whatever reason, he came on out and pulled the ref out before I won. Kind of made threw the monkey wrench in the whole thing. Ended up giving me a loss. So now I got to get my comeuppance on him. If he's going to get involved in my business, well, I'm going to get up in his face for his business.
What are these young punks doing?
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out, yeah. I mean, he fucked around. He's going to find out pretty soon, I have a feeling.
Absolutely. He's gonna get a little bit of 5-finger Susie right to the jack.
There you go. You hearing that? You hear that? So I know you've been on the road. I know you've got to have some road stories.
I mean, a lot of times it's just me on the road, so that's kind of the thing. I mean, I've had a couple of interesting situations when touring up in Canada for Canadian Wrestling's Elite, ran by Danny Duggan. We had he's passed on now, but Paul Orndorff was one of the first guest stars for a tour that I did on up there, and it was December, January. I mean, and I'm greener than goose shit during this time. This was 2016, 2017, so I'm just barely starting out. And we get most of the hotels aren't name brand hotels that we're doing. We're using mom and pop shops, which is fine and dandy. They have a nice wholesomeness to them. But I remember we get into this one hotel, and Paul's got his own room. You know, he's the superstar of the show. We're make sure he's comfortable and has his own room. And we get the keys and everything. We drop him off in his room, open it up, and the windows, there's no window. Not like there's no window fixture. The glass, where the glass is supposed to be, there's a hole in the wall.
Oh shit.
There's no actual window. It's snowing into the room. And we go back to the front desk and we're like, hey, I mean, Paul Orndorff was what, 78 years old at the time, something like that. We can't have him stay in this room. He's like, oh, would you like some extra blankets? Got a hold of Danny. Had to go through the whole logistics. We ended up having to drive him down a couple of blocks to a bed and breakfast. We completely changed it out. What was another one? There was another time. About 2 years after this, it was a longer tour, 32-day tour for Canadians Wrestling Elite, and we were in Sault Ste. Marie. And I'm gonna leave names out of it. I'm just gonna say there's a New Japan talent who came on up to me and was starting to give me a hard time about being a Wisconsin boy. I'm gonna be watching you all night, and every drink that you put down, I'm gonna match it. I'm like, I've been getting paid jack shit on this show. I ain't drinking that much. This is good. It ain't a competition. And a former TNA talent at the time turns around and goes, oh, really? Waitress. Calls over waitress, whispers something in her ear. She comes back a little while later, and she's got an entire tray. I don't know what caused the order. Neither one of us drank these on the I drink one on the regular now. But it was just filled with cranberry vodkas and shots of tequila.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
And I'm like, oh, I guess I am drinking now. Shot of tequila, sip a little cran vodka. And the New Japan guys were trying to catch up. And not saying, I mean, by Wisconsin standards, I don't think I'm anything special about the whole drinking thing. But I'm enjoying my shots of tequila and sipping on my cranberry vodkas, and you know, he's trying to keep up. It's horrible. And he's a blubbering idiot by the end of the night. The next morning, I mean, we all get to the hotel room. I mean, I think we had like 11 guys in one room. I'm sleeping underneath the bathroom sink because I'm, again, the greenest kid in the place. But I wake up the next morning, I'm fresh as a daisy, ready to go. Did a little jog around the parking lot, kind of get the wheels turning. Danny Duggan, he's a little inebriated yet still. He tosses me the keys to his Monte Carlo. Hey, think you could drive the 8 hours to the next show? I'm like, I got you. Drove his nice Monte Carlo to the next thing. New Japan guys in the back. Just done. We finally get to the show. 8 hours later, 8 hour nap. We get to the show. We get the ring set up. Here he is. He's putting on the sweats. He puts in his earphones, and he's kind of jogging around the ring. He's still drunk, just trying to wear it off. And I'm like, I'm good to go. It's all right.
You're like, let's go. That's awesome. That's awesome. That is so funny. So I have to ask you, man, would you rather step on Legos or get a chair shot?
Chair shot. I mean, either one of them is fine. I really don't have a discrepancy with either one of them. I mean, nuts and bolts is a different thing. I mean, those will kind of leave a mark. I've done that spot a couple of times now. If you look back, there was a recent hardcore match for Doghouse Wrestling with Nick Pride, where he laid out the Legos. I laid out the nuts and bolts. We both end up taking the bump on both of them. I thought the nuts. I mean, the nuts and bolts were some big.
Oh,
Like, we ain't talking like little screws or anything. We're talking these big old lug nut type shits. But the biggest takeaway in the match was getting sprayed down with a fire extinguisher filled with pink cornstarch.
oh, geez.
Pink cornstarch.
It was it was a fire extinguisher for a gender reveal party, and here I am wearing black and silver cargo pants, my normal black and white paint, and I just got doused
Oh my
in
god.
pink. It made for a pretty feral look, honestly.
I was going to ask you about any. Do you ever any gear mess ups? Any gear mishaps?
Not that anybody knows.
Well, I heard something about your grandma.
Oh! You want that story?
I heard about that. I don't. It's in my notes, but I didn't put who told me to ask.
So it wasn't a gear missing. I just changed. I went from wearing trunks to wearing cargo pants.
Okay.
I was just trying to do an image change thing. I even shaved the beard and went with the Wolverine chops for a bit. It was fun.
Right.
So it was for IPW in Muncie, Indiana, and one of the regulars there that kind of helped out. She was a former promoter herself. She was a little older. We're talking walker, kind of geriatric.
Okay.
And I'm out putting my merchandise out before the show, and she comes on up to me and is all like, "Oh, you ready for tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like my new gear, I'm doing the cargo pants thing. You go and take them shits off right now. You get back in that locker room and you go back and you put on those tight ass little trunks that you normally. Hold on, here, lady. I'm like, I'm kind of taken back by this. Because I mean, she's for her age, she's throwing a lot of sass, and I'm like, whoa, turn it down. If I got to go back out there, I'm gonna have to come back out with a mop for you. And she's like, nah, you ain't got to worry about that either. I came prepared. Tonight, I'm wearing my Depends. Lost it. Had to walk away.
That is epic. Wow.
Feisty old women, I tell you.
Wow. So, I mean, I have a picture I want to show you right now.
Oh God, no, not another old lady in the walker.
No, not Lady Walker. I have to just say I'm pretty impressed with the height you got in this one.
Oh, that's all camera angle right there.
Well, it looks like you're way above.
I do like to do the Eddie Guerrero style frog splash, but I like to try to get the Rob Van Dam height on it.
Okay.
As much as my 240-pound ass can get.
All right. Yeah. No. So, my wife always tells me that wrestling is fake as fuck. What would you respond to that?
You want to step in the ring with me and find out? I'll show you exactly how fake it is.
I mean, I'm just saying. I just, that's what I've been. I've been married for 33 years tomorrow, and she is my biggest supporter
Yeah.
of this. She's my biggest encourager, stuff like that. But she made a TikTok video a little bit ago saying how wrestling's fake as fuck, and I'm like, no, it's
Yeah,
not.
and Seth Rollins just walked out of an NFL draft interview about because the guy that he was on there with was giving him a hard time about how fake it looked.
Yeah.
He took that personal. He walked away. I'll tell you, you think it's fake? You go through the training regimen that I got to go through. We'll do a simple camp in the ring. We'll do some rolls, take a couple little flat back bumps. I'll show you a couple of things, and then I'll just give you a simple 5-minute match with me, and I'll show you how fake it is.
Not interested, dude. No. So I want to touch on something that I just am curious. It happened over WrestleMania weekend, and I don't want to get too in depth in it, but I want to know if this type of stuff happens on the indies as well. But fans not minding their own business and not leaving you alone. Is it a different dog in the indies compared to the big stage? Or is there no? Okay.
No. You'll get a lot of I think there's a little bit more social media involvement in there, because whereas somebody who's got the notoriety of a CM Punk or a Bailey or AJ Lee or Paige, they don't have to regularly reach out to fans and the such. They don't get a Facebook friend request and accept as many of them just simply so that they can see their poster to the next show. They can avoid that. Whereas on the indies, we kind of want that. We don't exactly have the follow button so much. It's there, but it's not used as much, and the fans feel like because they've talked to us personally at a show that they can send a friend request. So some of them, they do that. But at the same time, a lot of indie guys also have personal information on there. And I can attest that I've had fans show up from driving across state at my house. You don't see my address on anything anymore. Or they'll show up at other shows, and maybe I'm dating somebody at a time, and they'll send private messages to them threatening them, hey, you're a skank, you're a slut, you shouldn't be with him, you should go and die, while they're trying to send romantic notes to me at the same time. So I mean, there's that. I mean, me personally, I kind of weed out all of that sort of stuff now. I've learned through the system. When it comes to anybody that's really getting up in my face, I think I'm the type of person that you don't want to. But in the case of AJ Lee and Bailey with CM Punk right there, I mean that fan just wanted to get right up in their face and get his moment. I don't blame CM Punk one bit for what he did. But so I mean, with other female talent in the indies, that does happen a lot, where a fan tries to get in, they try to encroach on their personal space, they try to get that impersonal hug. That's not appropriate. And I'll take that. It happens to me too. Inappropriately grabbing, things like that. And I've gotten really good about setting my boundaries and letting somebody know, all right, cool, you're no longer a fan, get away from me. And I'm not afraid to tell people that. But it is an issue on the indies as well, especially with that, where fans feel like they can have that interpersonal connection with us. And sometimes, no, you need to learn you're a fan, be a fan. That's your zone. That's your boundary.
What's the biggest hurdle or biggest struggle to go through on the indies as far as matches? Is it promoters? Is it matches? Is it crowds? What is it, that one thing that you have to work so much harder to get through?
Expansion. Knowing when the shows that you're on, you don't get stuck in that routine. Oh, I know I'm going to work on this show every month. It's 2 hours from my house, 3 hours from my house. Knowing when to bet on yourself and just drive to OVW to say hi and maybe get and maybe get on the show. To show up at NWA and have the name recognition enough to get recognized, and they'll use you. Those are two extreme examples that I've done. I've shown up to both and was able to get myself some roster spots for a brief moment at both of them. NWA was a huge surprise. I showed up to the Crockett Cup as a fan. I had a ticket and everything. I wasn't expecting to be grabbed up and used for TV tapings that same week, out of the crowd. So knowing your own personal value, knowing how to conduct yourself professionally, shaking hands with the right people, not being an uber mark in the locker rooms and stuff like that, and just knowing when to bet on yourself and go someplace new and reach out. And a lot of times business is best done when you can shake somebody's hand and not through a social media message.
Got it. I only have a few more questions. Sorry, it's over an hour. But
I was
I do,
expecting this.
I do want to talk about OVW, RPW, NWA. NWA, you just mentioned that you were in the crowd. You didn't expect to do anything like that. You expected just to be there as a fan. So what's the difference, the key difference in preparing for a match on the indies to preparing yourself for a match where there's TV tapings?
Time. You have a time slot. You're only supposed to go so far, especially for OVW with a live television taping. They were really strict on the timing cues. You learn how to talk with everybody involved in the ring real quick. Knowing the direction, you're talking with an agent or somebody ahead of you. There's a little bit more involvement. There's more story that needs to be fleshed out in your 3-minute match, 4-minute match. I mean, you don't have 3-4 minute matches on the indies. You're expected to go 8 to 10 for the most part. If anything shorter than that, there is a particular story. But when you're on TV and you got commercials and you're competing for all this other stuff, hey, you got to tell your story in 2.5 minutes. Shit, that ain't a lot of time to flesh anything out.
Oh,
and then you'll have to figure out what the actual story is, because maybe you're getting the story from 2 or 3 people. You have your agent, and then you have a guy above them, and they're telling you different things, and you're just trying to get, hey, whoa, let's get everybody on the same page so we can tell the same story. Because there's a couple of times where I got told one thing, I went out there and I did, and I come on back, and the other guy tells me, hey, you didn't do what you're supposed to do. Well, you guys get your stuff on the same page so I know what I'm doing. Do I got to go to each and every one of you? Which I started doing. NWA wasn't so bad with that. They really wanted to get characters over, but they also still wanted to get their grit over. They wanted to bring that metal, that roughness back into it, like the old style days of studio wrestling. So I really admired that with Billy Corgan and wanting to bring that on, and then having matches with like Trevor Murdoch, who that's what he does. I mean, that was a great introduction match to NWA for me. Being able to lay it on in and actually work with somebody of that caliber who worked my style with me, which was a godsend, knowing that I was doing it right. But and then also, I mean, we're bringing up different companies. Different companies want different things. Different companies give a different product. So you gotta be able to read and understand what product they are, and then figure out what product you deliver. Like, I'm not a comedy guy. Can I do comedy? Yeah, with some help. But I'm the guy that you want to go on out there. It's like, oh, Garrison Creed's up. This is gonna be a fight. You can throw me out there for a technical style match, Dean Malenko, Bret Hart style. I can do it, but it's not what the fans want. That's not the product that they want from me. They want a Haas brawler fight.
yeah.
All right, cool. I'm kind of typecast into that, but I'll do that because that's what they want. That's the product that I offer. So understanding what the company wants out of you, and what you got to deliver.
Right. So you're not a Danhausen fan type of guy.
Dude, the guy is making money.
He is.
And honestly, I don't think I've seen him take a bump in WWE yet. So that guy's got it made.
Yeah. Well, I know you said you're not you're a comedy guy. I mean, and it is what it is. I just don't know.
All right. I mean,
I mean,
Brock Lesnar. Did you expect Brock Lesnar to have much comedy? No, he had his moments. Don't get me wrong. Everybody remembers the Money in the Bank boombox.
yeah,
But comedy wasn't what brought Brock Lesnar to there. Brock Lesnar being real brought him to where he was.
absolutely,
He knew what he was selling.
absolutely. So, who's the biggest star or mainstay that you've ever came across in the ring?
In the ring,
Yeah.
Jay Lethal.
Okay.
I got to work with him in Franklin, Kentucky. And not only did he show up and he didn't just want to have a match, he wanted to work. And so we went on out there and we had a dang near 20+ minute match, just him and me. Before that broke on down, I had some interference, and then we had another 20-minute 6-man tag. I mean, that was phenomenal. Same company, I got to work a tag against Brian Pillman Jr. and Moose. Again, I mean, very professional guys. Love to work with them in the ring. I've already said I was in the ring with Trevor Murdoch. That was my breaking in at NWA. I mean, outside of that, I really haven't worked a whole lot of names. I'm kind of, again, people like to see me come on in and be that guy that has a fight, and they like the local buildup of the other guy that likes to fight, and they like to see the chaos that happens. So there's not too often that they want to bring in a name for me to punch in the face. I mean, pin me, pay me, I'll do whatever you want me to do. I would love to have an opportunity to punch somebody who's worth 10 times my own weight in the face and see how that goes over. But it just hasn't happened that often.
Walk around and find out, right?
Fuck around and find out.
So, I mean, I'm a huge indie wrestling fan, and I will promote indie wrestlers till the moon. You guys, I think, don't get as much credit as you guys deserve. So that's one of my dreams as this podcast is to give you guys a platform.
Oh, absolutely.
To share your stuff, and so that's one reason why I dig deep into the indies, and I follow a promotion down here in Florida. I live in the Panhandle, so there's not much, but there is a
big CCW fan down there, aren't you?
Yeah, those guys are good. I like that. I follow XIW, Extreme Impact Wrestling, Damian Wayne, Jackson Slade, John Saxon, and those guys. So Suge White, who's the biggest goofball in the world. Somebody like you needs to come down to Florida and punch that white gangster dude in the face.
I mean, did I hear a name drop? Is somebody paying attention? I'll come to Florida. Not cheap, but I'll come to Florida.
He runs his mouth through all over Mississippi and Texas. Nah, so whatever, dude. Suge White. So look him up. He's a gangster style. But I call him my version, the cheap version of Brokeback Mountain. So
so what you're saying is, if I'm rough with him, he might like it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know if you want to come down for that. I don't want that. Would be a expensive mistake. So
fuck around and find out. Just turn into Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Right, exactly.
There's a whole new shirt.
There's a whole new shirt. Fuck around and find out. Don't ask, don't tell. Hashtag.
I'll put it on the front and then put it in the.
But no, I just want to give you guys credit, man. You guys put on a banger. You guys put banger shows on, and for pennies of amounts of money compared to what they're making up in the main stage. And you guys do make wrestling fans feel like they're right there with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like about indie wrestling. So.
And it's the passion of it. I mean, you can spend all that money and go to a WWE event, and then go on out to the merch stand afterwards and buy a John Cena shirt from Joe Schmo behind the counter, and was the shirt's probably going to cost you what, 30, 40, $45 ticket there. Your beer, your popcorn. I mean, you're probably spending upwards of $300-400 just to go to a WWE show. Now, when you come to an indie wrestling show, you can probably get a front row seat for $20. Oh, there's Garrison Creed over there. I'm going to get a Garrison Creed shirt for $20. I'm going to get a dog tag for $10. Oh, hey, hey, Garrison Creed's right here. Can you sign my shirt too? Hey, can you get a picture? Yeah, sure. It's a personal experience. We're selling more than you can get at a WWE show.
So I want to close by saying thank you for coming on the show.
Hey,
I'm going to ask
thank you for having me.
I'm going to ask you to close. I ask my guys to close it like this. I'm going to give you the mic.
All right.
I don't know what you got
Might
coming
be dangerous.
up. It's called Drop the Mic for a reason. I'm going to give you a chance to express what you need to say to your up and coming whoever's next. Tell people where you're going, what's going to happen, and I'll say goodbye after that. But after I say goodbye, don't go nowhere because I want to talk off camera.
Oh, absolutely. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention because our guest, Garrison Creed, is going to say something to y'all. It's your turn. Drop the mic.
Oh, I mean, if you already reached out this far, you know where I am for the next 3 weeks. I'm going to be in Wausau, Wisconsin at No Regrets Wrestling. I'm going to be down in Guthrie, Oklahoma for Buzzsaw Championship Wrestling. And then I'm going to be up in Iowa for Social X Wrestling. So pay attention. Come watch me. Find me. Fuck around and find out. You want to find out where I'm at later on? Follow me on social media. Facebook, Instagram, Garrison Creed, just the way it's spelled, GarrisaonCreed. Follow me there. You'll know where I'm at. You want a t-shirt? Go to ProWrestlingTees.com. You'll find mine there and a whole bunch of retro shirts as well. So come and see me. I'll punch somebody in the face for you. You'll enjoy it. Fuck around and find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Huge Pop Entertainment, Garrison Creed, he said it. He told you where to find him. If you like it, fuck around, find out. Huge Pop Entertainment is out.